Do you think Tiger Woods woke up this morning and he was like, you know what? I want to put out an apology that's even worse than the apology that Don Lemon put out today. Because that's what he did. Okay, here's Tiger's horrifying excuse for an apology. If I offended anybody, it was not the case. Well, I'm offended, so I'm the case. It was just friends having fun. So you and Justin's definition of fun is making misogynistic jokes. Check. He goes on to say, it's just, we play pranks on one another all the time. And virally, I think this did not come across that way. But between us, it was different. Right, because behind closed doors, the two of you get to be gross men and make jokes like this. But guess what? It's not okay. It's not okay behind closed doors. It's not okay out in the middle of the golf course. What you were saying was that his playing resembles a woman, because to you, women are less than, and that's an insult. And having your period is an insult. So there you go.
Okay, so in this now viral moment, Tiger Woods passes a tampon to Justin Thomas as a really pathetic joke, like a dig, to imply that Justin was performing like a menstruating woman because he was not doing well. Aside from being unfunny, this is rich coming from a man who plays the daintiest, gentlest sport in the game. If I were Tampax, I would jump on this immediately, create an ad spot that shows women handing other women tampons when they are performing tremendous athletic feats that are way more challenging than driving a golf ball.
All right, guys, so the liberal feminists are outraged again, okay? There was outrage earlier this week when Don Lemonhead went on national television and said that women are not in their primes past the age of 40, right? When he was trying to diss Nikki Haley. It epically backfired on him because he's on a panel full of feminist women, and the mob came after him, right? And stories like this is the reason why I did not give Don Lemon as hard of a time as a lot of other people did. Is because even though it was a stupid comment in the moment, it was only stupid because he said it for the wrong thing, okay? Obviously, I think a woman's age, unless she's super old, okay, just like men as well too, don't really have much to do with her intellectual capabilities or her ability to lead or to be president of the United States, which is what they were talking about. Don just used the whole women's prime thing in reference to a woman's ability to have children, okay, which is often referred to as a woman's prime, when she can be the most fertile, when she can have children. In some circles, right? Particularly the red pill space, the manosphere. Maybe Don has been watching a little bit too much of that, right? But yeah, it was a stupid comment to make in a moment. But I'm not giving him too much, heat for it, because low-key I kind of agree with him, right? To a certain extent. And stories like this is the reason why I'm not giving him a whole lot of heat, because what it leads to is petty backlash and petty outrage, like what we're seeing with Tiger Woods, okay, who is getting backlash for handing Justice Thomas a tampon during a game of golf on Thursday. Okay, so Tiger Woods handed Justin Thomas, who he was golfing against, a tampon after Justin Thomas failed to outdrive him. And this occurred on the 19th during the first round. And people saw what happened, and people, got outraged by it, right? So you can see here, you can kind of see it.
It did. This one's headed a little left. Got a nice bounce.
I see that rough is not very long at all, so no issues.
Pretty good lie right there.
So that's Tiger giving him a tampon. Again, classic joke, right? A classic joke that, dudes make between each other. This is what dudes do. We always, go back and forth with our guy friends, making these types of jokes, okay? Calling them P words and stuff like that. It's all in good fun, okay? It's all in good fun. However, again, the feminists are upset.
Came to work, I was offended, to be totally honest with you. As a woman, I was shocked to see that the GOAT of our game, at least the active GOAT, is walking around carrying an intimate feminine hygiene product that we use to stop ourselves bleeding. I mean, I have no idea where this kind of premeditated act came from, let alone where he got the tampon from. He's still on the golf course right now. I don't know whether he will speak to the media and whether he will address everyone's questions regarding this move, but it's disappointing. It's a shame that his return to PGA Tour competition is now being surrounded by this narrative, a move that could have so easily been avoided. Here he is, the biggest star in our game, with millions, billions of people watching, cameras everywhere, pulling off a stunt that, yeah, I get it was supposed to be a joke, but it's a joke that went wrong. And I'd love to hear what he has to say about it. What's your take?
Well, look, if I were just trying to give the most charitable interpretation to this exchange, I would say that at best you could say it was an inelegant and tacky attempt at playfully insulting a friend of his. No doubt offensive to many and demeaning to others. But I would say that some of the predictable outrage on social media attempts to assign the worst possible intent to his actions. Can't we just say that it was dumb without further maligning him?
Yes, it was dumb. It's questionable that he would do it on this stage at his tournament that he hosts that benefits his foundation, which is part of what makes him so great. Yeah, he's a 15-time major champion. He's Tiger Woods. We all love to love Tiger Woods. We don't love to see a man who leads our sport doing something like this when we're all striving for equality in this game. And this is a move that's demeaning to women.
Look, dumb on every level. Agreed on all fronts. Like, how did he think he was going to be able to get away from this in the public? How did he think he was going to be able to slip it to Justin Thomas and think that nobody would catch it? Scores of cameras, everybody's got their phones out. Dumb that he didn't think that people would find this offensive.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? Feminist outrage, right? Classic feminist outrage. And the man, he knows damn well that the outrage is ridiculous, okay? However, because he's a simp, he's not going to put the woman in her place and let her know that, look, this is stupid, right? Your outrage is silly. It's a joke. Get over it, move on, right? You know, stop getting your panties in a bunch. But he probably would have been fired if he would have said that. So, hey, I get it. It is what it is. One writer said Woods had employed basic misogyny to insult Thomas, replicating an old prank that immature school boys used to think was funny. Another said Woods had stooped to a new low, and many others thought the move was sexist and degrading to women. Again, if you're offended by this, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Thomas laughed at what Woods called a prank, but Woods noted that many haven't taken it lightly. Quote, it was supposed to be a funny game, but obviously it hasn't turned out that way. Woods said, if I offend anybody, if it was not the case, it was just friends having fun. He did apologize for his actions.
Your joke with JT from 9 yesterday is kind of going viral. Can you kind of just explain your thoughts behind it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be, you know, all fun and games, but obviously it hasn't turned out that way. And if I offended anybody, it was not the case. It was just friends having fun. And as I said, if I offended anybody in any way, shape, or form, I'm sorry. It was not intended to be that way. It's just, you know, we play pranks on one another all the time, and virally, I think this did not come across that way, but between us, it's different.
Oh, a pointless apology, right? Because the mob is still going to be upset. He won't be forgiven. And he's still going to be a sexist, misogynistic pig, right? That's what the mainstream, you know, liberal media is going to think. That's what all the women are going to think. So there's no point in even doing these apologies. You're not really sorry, okay? This is what you do all the time behind closed doors, right? This is what all guys do behind closed doors with their guy friends. Yeah, we make jokes about, you know, men being feminine or whatever, or having, you know, women characteristics or traits or whatever, if, you know, they don't beat us in a sport or something like that. Like, bro, it happens all the time, okay? And there's nothing wrong with it. The outrage here is so fake, it's so phony, and this is again one of the reasons why I'm low-key like segregationist when it comes to men and women, because women can't handle this type of stuff, right? They can't handle being in the gym with men. They can't handle being in a locker room with men. They can't handle being on the golf course with men. Again, if women are just gonna complain all the time when they get offended by even the slightest thing that men tend to do among other men, then you don't belong in a man's space. It's really that simple. Then just get out. Don't commentate on our sports, right? Don't come to our games, okay? Don't be in our locker rooms. Don't be in our gyms. Just go have your own thing, right? Some people may find that controversial, but I don't think it's all that controversial because, again, you want to be in our spaces, but you want to be offended, right? When men do what men do in men's spaces. So men can't be men around men because women get offended. And if that's the case, then again, go be in your own space. I'm so serious. Because I'm sick and tired of the people, complaining all the time about being slightly offended by it. It's a joke. He gave his friend a tampon. And for all these people that's outraged, where's the outrage towards all these men, right, that want to be women running around carrying tampons, pretending like they need them? What about that? Where's the outrage towards those people? Okay, you got Tampon or Tampax, okay, whatever the name of the company is, giving sponsorships to these people. Giving sponsorships to men who are pretending to be women, but y'all outraged to Tiger Woods for a joke. Those men pretending to be women, it's not a joke, right? It's not a joke. They don't actually use them, but it's not a joke. That's what you should be outraged, right? Be outraged by that. That is an insult to women. What Tiger Woods did is not an insult to women. It's just making a joke. It's a joke that guys make all the time. It's a joke that guys will continue to make. It's just apparent that you can't make it in public, right? You can't make it on a golf course when you're having a friendly game between, a friend. You can't do that. Because, again, the mob is going to be upset. It's ridiculous. Again, if you can't handle this type of stuff, then don't be in a man's space. It's really that simple. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.